All right, week one, don't need much equipment. Working on the back pain protocol here. We're going to do 5 minutes of breathing, 5 minutes of mobility, and 5 minutes of spinal stability. With your breathing, we have 5 minutes of breathing, so we have 5 different positions. We have this one here, flat on your back with your feet touching the ground. We'll transition into a legs up with hip and knees at 90 degrees. The breathing pattern should be about a 4 count inhale, a 4 count pause with a 4 count exhale, and a 4 count pause at the bottom. Take about a minute in each position. Spend a little bit longer if you need, but really use this time to get your body warmed up. The final position, breathing on your stomach, is very important. Gently drive your pubic bone into the floor so that you can expand your back on every breath. When it comes to mobility, there's really no right or wrong, just some philosophies on how it should be done. You can work through this as a flow or spend some time on each position. Don't overdo it, 5 minutes is plenty, but continue to focus on the ideal breathing patterns that you established in the first 5 minutes of the warm-up. As we transition into some of the neural prep, we really want to get the eyes involved with the movements. As you go through your thoracic spine rotation and your shoulder rotations, just keep your eyes really fixed on your thumb and only rotate as far as you can see your thumb moving. The final phase of the warm-up is the spinal stability. You really want to focus on tuning your abdominal pressure either up or down to keep your low back in an ideal position and your rib cage down. As you start the rotation, same thing. Focus on keeping some tension so that your hips and your ribs move together with a little bit of lag into the shoulder, all the while maintaining a little bit of tension or as much tension as needed. When you move into the happy baby postures, you're really trying to compress the hip joints and do just a little bit of oscillation from left to right. All right, it's time for the lift. CME stands for continuous movement exercise. You're going to set a clock for 3 minutes. You're going to do a 3-way band pull apart. All you need to do is go through the movement nice and slow. No need to count your reps. All you should try to accomplish is varying levels of abdominal challenge. 2 legs up, 1 leg up, no legs up. Either way, set the clock for 3 minutes and slowly go through the movements by only modifying the ab challenge. All right, we're going to keep it going with our continuous movement exercise circuit. So set the clock for 8 minutes and you are going to balance your efforts between the posterior shoulder and the anti-torsion exercise. That means that you can do as many reps as you want, rotate through the 2 exercises as many times as you want. It is up to you to choose your own adventure. On the anti-rotation drills, you just want to move an object from left to right, pausing on your low back to make sure that you're not rotating your pelvis. If you have any shoulder range of motion issues, feel free to use a lighter object or simply just offload your hand up to the level of the hip, making sure that you don't have any rotation in your pelvis. Cycle through back and forth from shoulder to abs as many times as you want in the 8 minutes. Our last 3-minute continuous movement exercise drill is an upper body pull. You can lay on your side. The top leg can come over to 90 degrees, or you can have both hips up to 90 degrees. Either way, it's up to you. The goal is to keep your abs with enough tension that you don't feel any movement into the low back. If you have a band, attach your band to an object and give it a nice good pull. If you have a dumbbell, you simply have to float the dumbbell above the ground. It is certainly a different exercise than pulling on the band, so you have to add your own muscle contraction by really squeezing your back when you pull. If you have both, it's a great drill to combine them, but you still want to do your own muscle contraction to really force the back to work. Great job. Cool down with some breathing and any additional mobility work that you might need.